currently in an era where young, emerging filmmakers are absolutely dominating the horror genre with Obsession and Backrooms, so it's kind of a perfect moment for the new Malayalam film Mollywood Times. Naslen stars as Vineeth. He's a young, aspiring director who dreams of making the scariest Malayalam film of all time. But throughout the course of the story, we learned that the real horror is just trying to navigate a career in the film industry. Our young director is inspired by groundbreaking filmmakers like M. Night Shyamalan and Ram Gopal Varma, and he wants to use his natural talents to create a story that will captivate an audience and get genuine, visceral reactions out of people in the theater. But of course, filmmaking is about so much more than just making a film, and he's plagued by backstabbing, copycat competitors, shady producers, demanding actors, and all sorts of industry politics that can crush creativity. It reminded me a little bit of Neninthe, one of my favorites, where it's like, this industry is so hard and everyone is so awful, but if you really believe in cinema, it's worth it. I enjoyed the visual style of this film. It has kind of a Wes Anderson symmetry fused with horror inspirations in a very meta way that I liked a lot. There's even some horror inspiration in the narrative where there's this really interesting tension between like a contempt for the industry and a genuine, unshakable love for the power of how movies can make us feel. Naslen's performance is at the core of Mollywood Times, and he really has to do a lot here because this character changes a lot throughout the story. He has to begin with this kind of wide-eyed idealism and then become more hardened and cynical as the story progresses. This character has like a Marty Supreme level drive and singular focus on greatness, but he's so much more likable because he conveys those emotions through subtlety in a really impressive way. Plot-wise, I wouldn't say Mollywood Times is perfect. I think sometimes there are so many backstabbings and betrayals and unforeseen obstacles that it can feel like the movie's doing a little too much. This is especially noticeable in the second half when it feels like a lot of those twists and turns start to really pile up. But overall, I really liked Mollywood Times. Maybe I'm biased because I really love movies about movies, but I enjoyed this film a lot and I'm really glad I checked it out. If you want to keep up with what I'm watching, you can follow me on Letterboxd at Trashwire.